At the very end of doing the document, we add in the table of contents. Now this can cause the text to jump a little bit, so we leave this right to the very end. Now to do this, there's two steps. First of all, you need to highlight every heading and then make your way over here to heading 1. So not heading 2 or any of the other settings, always heading 1. So every single title that you want to appear in your contents page needs to be highlighted in this way. And you know it's worked because it will turn blue and there'll be a tiny arrow next to the word. So you just work your way through, highlighting every single heading and clicking on heading 1. And obviously when you're doing this, it's a good moment to check that you've got the headings sitting on the pages that you want. And if anything has jumped, then now is the time to put it all right where you want it to be. So down here you can see that I'm into my photos section. You need to be really careful if you're highlighting a heading and it's got a photograph next to it, because you don't want the photo to end up in the contents page. So here you can see I'm having to try to highlight to only get the word photos and that last S, but not end up with the photograph highlighted. Now that I've got all of my headings highlighted, I go back up to the page that's going to be the contents page. So it's always the second page of your report. We can now delete off this little title that we gave ourselves because that was just a reminder. And then we make our way up here to references and work our way over to the left hand side where you see table of contents. And when you click on that, you've got two options, table 1 and table 2. There's not much difference between them, just pick whichever one you like the look of best. So I've clicked this one here and straight away all of those headings that I highlighted have come in here, and then over on the right hand side has come in the page number that they are on. So if it's a really big report, this saves you a massive amount of time and effort trying to go through and do this by hand. The only drawback is it causes the writing to jump down a little bit here at the start. So you need to just put your mouse here and delete off this piece of space and check that you've got it sitting where you want it to be sitting. This is why I leave this to the very end, because it's a pain to have things jumping about when you're trying to write your report. So one instance of it jumping and you amending it is enough. Just before you print off a report or hand it in, it's always good practice to go back to this table of contents table and just hover your mouse next to the S of contents and click this update table symbol, and then update entire table means that Word will just go back through the document one more time and check these numbers. So if you have inserted something new, it'll be in there.